You are probably wondering why he's dressed like that. Well, this is Deobra, and he thought it would be a great idea to do a Superman dive at Judge Mary. It all started after he was arrested for aggravated battery earlier this year. He was facing trial and didn't think he deserved any prison time for his crime. His attorney agreed with him and pushed for probation rather than jail. Mary looked over his previous felonies, and she definitely wasn't going to let this one slide. She denied the probation and moved towards sentencing. But Deobra didn't like the sound of that, so he decided to get up and practice his swan dive over the bench to confront her. He was dragged away by court officials and faced her again in the next couple of days, hence the outfit. Despite the attack, she still went ahead with sentencing and gave him 2 years in jail for his previous felony. But because of his poor decision, he will have to stand a separate trial for the attempted murder of a judge. Before we get into the full clip, remember to smash like and subscribe on your way out.
I would like to tell the courts, everyone here, like, based on my criminal history, like, I feel that, like, I shouldn't be, like, sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just, I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I suppose.
I just looked at it, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Yeah, I just figured, like,
Battery on a protected person, robberies, attempt home invasion. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just...
I just figured, like, I'm in a better place in my mind, in my mental health. I have a support system. I just got hired as a teamster for, you know, the union, you know, making $20 an hour. And, like, the reason behind every single domestic violence, I've been dealing with mental health, and I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. And they put me in mental health court, and I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022 when I realized I have a problem with this. And, like, having a dictionary and, like, understanding myself, getting to know myself a little better, and applying it to my personality, and having an epiphany at that moment, in those instances, and just, like, trying to learn from my mistakes, you know? And I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figured that, you know, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now, you know, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was then, you know, so, but that's, I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just, you know, and I'm trying, and I never give up trying to do the right thing. I know I'm not a rebellious person. I don't want to be standing there. I want you to have to, you know, sit up there and waste your time as well, you know? But the criteria of me saying this is that I'm a person that never stops trying to do the right things, even if it's hard. And I did the best I could.
Mr. Almasi?
Judge, as contained in the pre-sentence investigation report, my client was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And speaking with him, it certainly seems that he's following the pattern this court has seen some of the time. So self-medication.
We've had 2 goes at mental health court, Mr. Almasi.
He did. He does have 2 honorable discharge from probation. So he can do probation. He can be successful when supervised. It is true that he did get dishonorable discharge from both on gross misdemeanor that he was being supervised for just very recently. But he is in a different position now. His foster mother, who is present, as he shows support, Mary Springer, has provided him a place to live, which is listed on the PSI. His correct address at 8 Rose Circle, Apartment A, North Las Vegas. And she very graciously has allowed him to stay there rent-free until he gets on his feet. Now, he is now part of Union 631 with Teamsters and is hoping to work his way through that program so that he can maintain work. He's also reached out to Shannon West for any job prospects that are available to him through them. Finally, Judge, it's not just his mental health that he's been contending with, but he also has a history of IEP in his education. and at 30 years old, he does not have a high school degree. And so we spoke about that as well, and I think it's high time that he did that. I think the court can trust that he is going to perform well on probation. I think he's worth this risk. The court wants the 1948 as suggested by the DA. I would have no issue with that, but to suspend it rather than just send him to prison for any length of time, I think it makes more sense given the circumstances and his ability to do probation successfully that he's given this opportunity.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court... Mr. Almasi is here now.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, this is on for the continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing. When we were last here, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred, an incident initiated by Mr. Redden, preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. Any other issues that may arise from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be handled at a future date by a different court. For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions. I am making my calendar page from that day an exhibit for the court. As it existed, the moment I walked in, prior to anything happening, nothing's been changed, indicating the sentence I intended to impose. I'll let you look back for a moment. All right, that being said, in accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court does now sentence you, in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. How much credit for time served does he have?
It's 0 days. He was on probation when he committed the offense and was revoked on probation to serve the jail time October 25th. That time it expired at or about the time of the plea. So
0 days credit. Mr. Almasi, if that's different, let us know and we'll fix it.
I will.
The motion to quash mandatory is moved at this point. And for the record, I just reflexively wrote 0 days credit time served on the notes exhibit that I just said. So that is an addition as of right now.
That's correct. The probation case number, just for the record, is C370775.
Thank you.